Romancing the Dungeon is intended for mature audiences as this show contains adult themes. But not those kind of adult themes, just some sensitive stuff that some audience members may find upsetting. Content warnings for specific episodes can be found in episode descriptions. You're listening to Romancing the Dungeon, a soft-core D&D podcast about heroes navigating their daily lives while looking for love in a world full of peril, monsters, and heartbreakers. Oisín, Peadar, Aster, Trep, Quillo, and Sekhmet, you are descending this staircase, and it is the mirror of the spiral. So the direction that you came up, you were now kind of twisting back downwards, like some sort of corkscrew. And you are literally inside the root, and there is a really, really stale, stagnant, earthy smell just sort of billowing up from below. The hall kind of illuminates as you pass through it as this sort of moss or grass or growth just sort of illuminates to the touch. And in the middle, Sekhmet has sort of her hand up over her head, and just a couple of fractals of light just sort of shimmer and shift, casting your shadows, elongating them along the wall. Behind you, you can hear footsteps hurrying quite quickly, but you are yourselves racing down these steps. And you find yourselves in the middle of what is a dome made of wood, and as you step out into it, you find the ground is spongy, as if the wood itself is waterlogged, and the stench is at its strongest here. It smells of must, decay, and for any of you who have travelled into the wilds, it is the familiar, nauseating smell of the rot. You see the room itself sorts of shift, as if the root itself is squirming, as if it was alive. Sekhmet kind of moves in, Quillo following kind of the other end of the room, kind of just sort of navigating it. And Peadar kind of moves directly into the center. It's here. And he kind of gestures down, if we dig, we'll find its core. And he starts to kind of search his person on the robes that he's on. We rid the blight, and we can plant anew, and we can keep the root alive.
Can I give a nature check to kind of assess? Oh my goodness, that is going to be 14.
It's that thing, Aster, where, again, the stars, the weather, they're so interconnected, and they are connected as much to each other as they are to the grove, and even here in the root. And to find out, to learn that this really exists, that this is some sort of epicenter of the grove itself, it's sort of mind-boggling. It's just one of those things that it's when you're confronted with a truth, one that you may have hypothesized. It's not that this is where the grove comes from, but this is just obviously a focal point, and you can see where the rot has seeped in, and it's quite strong. Obviously, whatever magic in the grove itself is keeping this thing at bay, but the root is infected, and the rot is spreading. Trep, what are you doing?
I'll turn to Peadar and ask, so you've done this before? Is it a disease? Is it a curse? What's the condition of the root for the rot minus an O?
And Peadar kind of just starts to dig, he's using his hands to just scrape at the ground and the muck.
Well, that went better than usual.
He looks up at you. Once, Trep, I've done this once with Ashes, with Noel, when he was the leader of the grove. It goes hand in hand. One can't exist without the other. It's just, it wasn't like this the last time. And he pulls out just a blob of just this rotting wood and muck, and it drips through his hands.
So it's kind of like a ceremony or something between one leader and the next. And Trep kind of gives a look towards Oshin. Is that what you're saying, or?
It's complicated. It happens sometimes. You know the Grove is alive. The Grove feels things, and some things, and he's kind of hesitant. Will you help? And he's just pulling out lumps.
Sure, I can help. Are there any tools? Like, is there like even gardening tools down here that someone might have used to? I wonder if I have any gardening tools.
That's
Is
in
it
my head.
still wooden or is it earthen?
It's earth and wood.
See, Aster wants to help, but he also wants to kind of get to the bottom of what's happening. I'm going to activate my starry form, and I'm going to take on the form of the dragon. So as Aster stands there, the little beads of amber that dot parts of his wooden body begin to glow in a various pattern, in kind of like the shape of the head of a dragon. And his bark turns kind of like a deep navy kind of color, kind of shrouded in like space clouds and stars. I'm going to say to Sekhmet, what do you know about this root? What do you know about this rot? What have you gleaned?
It's that her back is to you. She's not even close to where Peadar and Trep are, what they're doing, taking it into the middle of this room. She seems to be feeling out the walls and like looking and searching. It's like your elder said. They're connected. One can't exist without the other. You can't have paradise without hell.
I'd like to give a little insight check to her. So with the dragon, I can't roll lower than a 10. That doesn't matter because I rolled a nat 20 and a 15, so that's going to be 22.
She's doing that thing that politicians do. She's giving you a half answer. She's not lying, but she's not telling you the truth.
So you would have us believe that two strangers who know nothing about this place would come in here with a solution for us, knowing nothing about it?
Quillo, as if out of almost nowhere, just kind of steps between you and Sekhmet and just kind of like puts a hand, not on you, but kind of just kind of up to you. Listen. Sekhmet and I are concerned. There are things going on here that someone like yourself, someone situated in the Grove, would not know of if you've not travelled beyond it.
Well then, would you enlighten me as to what those are?
With all due respect, Aster.
Yes.
Sekhmet and I... You've obviously heard of the Battle of Tezrab.
I say nothing, I'm just listening to him.
There are forces moving in this world. Beings that are meddling with powers far beyond their own comprehension. She and I are looking to make sure that those beings, those people, those things don't fall into the wrong hands. Your grove, your home, is a place that should be protected.
Let's just say I find it interesting that you two would find your way all the way out here when we are in our direst need. Do I believe him in what he's saying that he believes we should be protected?
You don't know what it is, Aster. There is a sincerity in what he is saying. You can't shake what you read in the flower. The Amantes constellation, Dolus, and Fatum all conspiring. You don't know if it's the sleep and the exhaustion. You don't know if it's the divination. You don't know if it's these strangers now offering help for nothing. but something isn't sitting right with you.
Aster then, I guess, just says, well, there are powers beyond perhaps even your comprehension that people like us are aware of. Your arrival here is sudden, and it has converged with some worrying portents. I will be watching you.
As expected.
Good. I'd like to just have a little investigate around as well, just to kind of... Or maybe I'll help Peadar then. I don't know. I'm a bit like... No.
Okay.
I have mold earth, so I'm going to try and just like...
Pulling at it. Aster, you're using mold earth to kind of like pull chunks of it away. You find it's almost like pulling at wet sand. Even with mold earth, it's barely earth, whatever this is. And Trep, you are hands deep pulling out stuff with Peadar. Oisín, what are you doing?
I'm with Peadar. So Lilith visited me. Is that weird?
We didn't...
There's a lot you haven't told me, in fairness. How long... I've known Lilith for a while.
There's things... She shouldn't... And he's kind of... Again, he's trying to concentrate on what he's doing. It's not the time, Oisín. I'll tell you everything when we deal with this. And...
No, look, okay, I'm gonna level with you, Captain, because, and I know that you're not Captain anymore, but you're still Captain to me. There's a lot of information that you haven't given me. And the more information I don't know, the less able I am to do my job.
He stops as Aster and Trep continue to kind of pull, and you kind of find you are finding more and more wet chunks of wood as if you're getting closer to this. The earth is dead that you are pulling at. The rot is very much at its core, or at its root here. In the root. It's great fun to keep saying all these words. And he stops, and just sweat pumping out of him, covered in muck and just this ooze. He kind of just slumps back down, and he looks at you dead in the eyes. It wasn't meant to be you, Oisín.
Yeah, I know. They didn't want it to be me. They wanted it to be Clodagh.
Well, she's not fit. And that echoes as Clodagh, Grace, and a very anxious Lilith come into the core.
Looking at Clodagh, but still talking to Peadar, I just say, look, I'm not going to defend her for leaving you, for leaving us. But whatever reason she did, she's back now, and a lot of things have been going crazy. I need you to tell me the things that you're not telling me, because I can take them right now. And if you don't tell me now, whatever happens, we might not survive to see this conversation any other day.
Lilith just leans in over your shoulder, Clodagh. Ew, that was awkward.
Shut up.
And she just kind of waves over at you, like just a really like awkward like wave.
I give her a nod, and I turn and I look to Peadar. If I blast the floor, will that get us where we need to be?
Can I hear him say this?
Yeah, you can.
Don't. They're not here to help.
Peadar blocks, like he just freezes.
What do you mean they're not here to help?
Lilith says they're not here to help, Oisín.
And since when did you start talking to Lilith?
About 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, she's real chatty.
The Lilith? Is this true? Are they not to be trusted? Because I don't particularly... Clodagh, I love you like a sister. You left and you're coming back and you're trying to take back stuff that isn't really yours to take back. So if I can't trust the people that saved my life, I'd rather hear it from the immortal nature spirit that only we now can see.
Trep, you pull more dirt out, and there is just a single leaf long, thin, half curled into itself. And Peadar kind of looks down at it. That's it.
I'm going to turn to Aster, because we would have heard all that. I don't much trust those city slicking guys, so I'm just going to... And he's just going to push some of the mulch back over and look at Peadar. I think it's way deeper, like, really... It's going to take us a couple of minutes, just like an understandable of the situation amount of minutes.
Aster will mold earth and cover it back up again.
Whoa,
I'm
here.
Like, as well, will help. And just kind of say, it looks like we have new context. Let us reevaluate.
Quillo and Sekhmet are at the opposite end of the doorway. Peadar, Aster, Oisín, Trep right in the middle of the room. Grace and Clodagh, again, in the doorway, with Lilith kind of like just sort of lingering there, like draped over your shoulders. She weighs nothing. Like, it's literally, she's like just a...
Do all the Grove folk see Lilith, or just Oisín?
Just Oisín, Peadar,
Makes
and
sense.
and Clodagh.
Just the Meadowmoons.
Well,
Yeah, just the Meadowmoons and Meadowmoon. Sekhmet puts a hand on Quillo's shoulder, and anyone kind of facing that side of the room sees their body language change. Quillo turns to face all of you. Thank you all for getting us this far. We've everything we need to take it from here. Run. And you just see Sekhmet start to light up as she puts a hand on the wall. Lilith leans in. This is what I told you. This is what they're going to do. This isn't the core. This is so much worse. Flames start to wisp around Sekhmet.
Do we want her to do this? She's looking at Lilith.
No.
Oisín is going to shout exactly what Lilith said. This isn't the core, this is so much worse. Stop her!
The swords that Grace grabbed her.
Just short swords.
Yeah, just basically.
It'll be the same as the scimitars. Like, the Grace would be
Oh,
the
okay, cool.
scimitars.
Yeah.
Aster is going to cast Call Lightning on Sekhmet. Actually, they're standing beside each other.
There.
Cool. I think I'm actually just going to go with Moonbeam.
You all watch as Aster just glows, like the little dots and crystals of amber just sort of flare and kind of blink, and the room just fills with this brilliant moonlight that just focuses where Aster stands and then drifts across the room, and Sekhmet, just with a hand held up, counterspells. Sekhmet blasts the other side of the wall straight open, and you feel the root actually shake. The whole ground shakes. Everybody give me dex saving throws.
Oh god, I'm really good at this.
Okay,
That's
don't fuck me
a lot.
on this dice, please. 14.
17.
11.
Okay.
And the 6.
26.
Aster and Trep, you manage to stay on your feet. Everybody else, you are knocked prone. As the entire room quakes, chunks of earth and rock fall from the ceilings. Thankfully, not near any of you. And as you see just debris fall from the ceilings and roots just sort of collapse inwards, Quillo shoves Sekhmet down through this gaping hole in the rock, and
Just push his wife down.
he's going with her.
Okay.
Whee!
Damn.
Yeah, the two of them rush away as this blast of energy just ripples and the hole is blown in the root. All of you, as the room shakes, hear a voice echo out and up through the root. You watch as Sekhmet and Quillo run down. They literally just throw themselves into this void of darkness.
They're going further down.
Yeah, they've disappeared.
Oh,
She
boy.
blew a hole in the wall and they vanished.
Could I use my brooch to expend a charge in tremor sense?
Yes, yeah.
Down on the ground, grasp the brooch, just plants like one hand like firmly into the wood and says, "Show me what I'm not seeing."
You plunge your hand into it and the earth is cold. And as the As you feel kind of and sense the vibrations in the earth, there is something beneath the root. There is stone and walls. There are rooms beneath the root. About 60 or 70 feet, and you are below ground now. But there's another 60 or 70 feet below you. There is something buried.
I turn to Peadar. Did you know that there was stuff below the root?
No. And he looks to Clodagh and Lilith, and you see that Lilith is kind of half standing. She's leaning against the wall. She doesn't look well at all.
Lilith, are you okay? What's going on? 60, 70 feet below, there's rooms. What are they going? What is there?
Wow, okay, head rush. Yeah, I'm not really big on this whole demise thing that you all do. How?
I need you to focus up here a little bit, please.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
While this is happening, Clodagh is going to point the copper rabbit in the direction that they went and say, "Copper, stall them!"
What? And a little spectral rabbit comes running out of the tip of the copper rabbit, and he just kind of sits down in a big fluffy fat heap. Like just little rolls of little jelly just sit down. He sits down.
I'm gonna chase after them.
Aster will follow.
That is a 26 on my persuasion.
You all see this glowing celestial rabbit with a big mane and just this glowing horn at the top of his head just sort of sit down at Clodagh's feet and kind of just take in the situation. Stall who, Toots?
That thing you can feel, the core. They're heading towards the core. You need to go.
Oh, I haven't seen my core in, I don't know how long.
Copper, please.
Marilla didn't really take me out for exercises and he starts tapping his belly.
See that big gaping hole? Go into that. We're following you.
Nay. And he just... He saunters and he looks past the rest of you. You all see this little spectral bunny-sized thing just sort of
If I have to.
yeah, and just sort of saunter past all of you.
I would just like to point out he has teleport.
Yeah, but he's gonna saunter.
But he's still gonna saunter.
Yeah, he gets to the edge, and he kind of looks down and he goes, "Whoa! I'm not going down there."
She's gonna pick herself up and be like, "Okay, well, follow me then."
Oh God, everything was so much easier when Marilla was not dead.
Ain't that the truth?
Say it again. No, not you. And he 26 on your persuasion.
And also get up and follow them.
Up to.
So is everybody kind of going to the edge?
Yeah.
Peadar is still trying to fix the root and the rot.
I'm going beyond. I'm going.
You're going to go down.
Totally.
Okay.
Does Peadar seem to be in some sort of a trance of some sort?
Peadar seems to be in shock. You all gather at the edge as Trep kind of leans out over it.
I'm jumping in. At the moment I said I'm running.
It's
chasing them.
Yeah, it's about a 50-foot drop below, and you do see that where Quillo and Sekhmet obviously landed, or were, or are. There's a light moving. They're obviously running towards something.
Mm.
For mechanical reasons, what's their movement speed? Is it the average 30 feet?
It is.
Mine's 40.
Okay.
And with Step of the Wind, I can go 120. I've done some quick math, and in a round, I can catch up to them.
Okay.
Also, bearing in mind the chit chat we were doing.
Yes. Yeah. So they are a little bit ahead. So it would probably take 2 rounds to gain on them. But yes, we can certainly deal with that. As you lean over it, Lilith sort of comes to, and she kind of moves into the middle of the room, and there she kind of takes Peadar's hands, she's just holding his hands, because he's clawing at the dirt, trying to do something with the root. You have to stop them. He can't come back.
Who's he?
For all her bravado and confidence and just snark, and it's only a short time that Lilith has been appearing to you, you kind of got a sense of who she is, her character. She looks visibly shaken. if they get to it, it's all going to start again. And tears just start to form in her eyes.
We won't let that happen. Look at me. That's not going to happen. We're going to stop this, but we need to know what we're going into.
This is hope. And she's now trembling. And Peadar is still sort of in a daze. This is where Hedonna stole his heart. Asmodean. He's here. And the room trembles.
Is there a way we can get down below?
50-foot drop.
Oof.
For the fall.
No, I'm not a wizard. Can I... I don't want to use another wild shape. I need that to heal people.
Trep, are you just...
I've jumped in.
You're just jumping...
Yeah. You want to roll your full damage?
You just hear that, he can't return. You're gone. Yeah. Do you take full damage? Can you...
I reduce it by 25, whatever it is. I got slow fall. It's because my ears go like this.
You can't do that.
Miles Tails power.
But it is that thing of you would throw yourself at the opposite wall and you start to propel yourself downwards.
Do some dope monk shit.
Yeah. And it's a little bit slippy and you slide some of it, but you do land. Your hands are scraped and covered in muck. So are your feet. And in the distance, you can see Quillo and Sekhmet. They are about 40 feet away from you.
I throw my little walking stick behind me in a nice little anime run and then just sprint the wind at my feet. And as I get closer to them, I'm going to use bunny hop to leap 15 feet over them without provoking an attack of opportunity and stand in their way. Monk stance ready.
Okay.
Can I throw the copper rabbit to make it a pole? Essentially a fireman's pole.
Oh, Lil Nas X style.
And it'll hit the ceiling, hit the floor, and then we can slide down the pole.
You hold out the copper rabbit,
Yeah.
over, and it does. You all see this walking stick that Clodagh has just starts to extend from the tip and from the base and just fill that space. And Copper is now sitting there smoking a little spectral celestial cigarette.
Of course he is.
That's how Marilla used it as well.
Clodagh's going to scoop him up in one arm and
Put me... Oh,
try and
you're so
scoot down first.
handsy.
Let's go!
As you reach for the copper rabbit to climb down, Oisín, you just feel a hand sort of on your shoulder, and Lilith just she's pushed you and stuff like that. You've kind of felt her, but you've never actually she's never felt like a body.
Yeah.
This time it's like someone's taking you into a full hold, and she literally wraps her arms around you, just sort of presses herself as compassionately and comforting as she possibly can. Protect the grove. And she just, as she begins to fade, she kisses you on the cheek, and you have the benefits of a long rest.
Nice.
I look up and I just say, it's all going to be okay.
She's not there.
Don't say that. I'm scared now.
As you kind of turn to reassure her, and seeing she's not there, you slide down. Hitting the bottom, you see that everybody else is there with about 50 feet forward down this stone passageway. You can see Quillo and Sekhmet sort of pinned, or their backs are they're caught between the pair of you, or the two groups effectively.
Can I, once we're all at the bottom of the pole, just kind of tell everyone, let's get our home back? And can that be my inspiring leader speech for them?
I will say yes. You tell everybody to protect their home. You all receive 9 temporary hit points.
9 HP from that.
Quillo in front, Sekhmet behind him. All of you see that she has her left hand pointed down the tunnel at ye. And again, there is just a flicker of flame, and Quillo has a rapier pointed at you.
Something inside Trep just breaks, like a tempest of fury, as he looks at Quillo and says, "You lied to us. You're trying to destroy our home. You're monsters." And he's going to try attack, but I don't know if you want to do that word, initiative.
as you kind of brace yourself to, again, like, attack, Quillo, again, has a weapon drawn. He's not foolish. And just, you see, like, his body language has changed, Trip. Like, you kicked him in the head and he didn't react. He didn't get angry. The entire time, it was save the Grove, help the Grove, defeat the Rot. And he abused the trust of the people of the Grove. Rapier pointed at you.
Is he within 10 feet of me?
Yeah.
Energy begins to coalesce around Trep as he sort of digs his heels into the ground and summons the arms of Astral Self, which, for a visual, it's not an extra set of space arms. His ears just grow to this 10-foot range and almost like ball up into fists. And I need both to make a dex saving throw of 14 or take 2d6 force damage if they're within that 10-foot range.
She wouldn't be. Just because given how far you jumped ahead.
Cool.
Whatever you're thinking of doing. Trep. Sekhmet will release 100 times.
Lend me your energy. Grove!
Can you watch your friends burn? And Sekhmet's hand lights up.
I'm going to step into his melee range. Does that bring me within 10 feet of Sekhmet?
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah. And then I'll release it. Punch her with my ears.
That's a 19 for Sekhmet.
That's okay.
Do they take half on a save?
No.
And
but I get to now use them in the 10-foot punching range.
That's a 25 for Quillo.
That's okay.
You just unleash this flurry of like it is your ears, like and your fists and your feet just kicking and swinging, and where you land a punch, where Quillo was, he is a blur, and you swing and your ear just kind of flaps out with all the force that you can muster to slam into Sekhmet. Quillo appears and just kind of like, it's almost like a dance between the pair of them. He shoves and moves her, she glides under, and they are sort of spinning around you, and with every throw you make, every swing you throw out, they are not there. They are swinging and missing each hit, not connecting with anything. Once or twice you hit the wall and it cracks, and as your attacks kind of come to an end, you find that they are in the exact same position. So you're still on the other side of Quillo, she's on the other side of him, her hand is still lit up.
This is important, and I don't mean to overstep, but am I able to take an action?
Yeah.
Because that will be very important. I'm going to try hit Sekhmet twice. I'm going to roll them individually because I'm going to put a stunning strike into this. 24, hit?
Yes, 24 will hit.
Then she needs to make a constitution saving throw of 14.
Natural 20.
Oh! Does a 22 hit?
Yes.
Another constitution saving throw.
That is 13.
Oh,
She's stunned. And also takes 16 points of damage from the hits.
Okay. Sort of standing and seeing that those astral hits, the flurry of blows, not landing. This time around, you go past Quillo. It's that sort of lunging to get her. And as you do, the first hit connects, but you see it's almost like she was expecting it. The second you bring kind of your elbow up, she goes to kind of block. Quillo misses the defense, and the back of your elbow connects with the side of her head, and you actually smash her whole head into the wall. And you see that there is just a crack and there's a little blood trickling down. You see her falter as she is stunned. On this, Quillo is going to lose his shit. He just looks down at Sekhmet, seeing that she's conscious, that she's moving, she's not out. He turns his attention to you, and then you feel a presence behind you immediately as he summons his echo right behind you.
Cheek.
Does 21 hit?
It does.
And I'm roll for him as well because he's also going to. So 26 will hit as well, I assume. Yeah. 25 damage from the echo, Quillo.
Just from the echo?
Yeah, 16.
Oh, does the echo get sneak attack?
Yeah. 19.
That's why I feel such a bitch.
And another 24 damage from Quillo.
Oh, I'm definitely dead.
Okay.
Oh shit.
It's kind of rude.
Sorry. A version of this Shader High Elf appears right behind you, just made of shadow and smoke. And it lunges forward with a rapier, and at the same time he does, it's a weird dance of attacks, and they mirror each other. You go to block and defend, and both catch you, and you are sliced. He reaches down for Sekhmet to kind of pull her to her feet. You can all kind of just make out kind of what's happening, but it's a little difficult to fully see what's in front of you all.
Perfect.
God. Okay.
I think, Aster would be running towards the situation.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm assuming everybody else is kind of like running to engage.
How far away?
Hopefully.
50 feet.
But Aster will take on the form of the chalice. Unfortunately, can't use it yet because I need to be able to. Touch you to cast Cure Wounds. I am going to cast one of my free guiding bolts at Sekhmet though, and she's stunned, so I should get advantage.
Yep.
That is going to be, oh my god, like a 2 and a fucking 3. That's going to be 10 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Yeah, of course. That is one of my free guiding bolts down. That's all I have. And I'm just going to get a little closer so I can try to heal Trap.
Okay.
Will Shield of Faith make a difference if he's already on death saves? Like, can I still increase his AC?
I mean, yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so she's going to cast Shield of Faith on Trip. And then I'll cast Spare the Dying.
As your cantrip. Okay. Grace and Oshin.
I'm going
You still casting
to
Shatter then.
cast protection from
No, Shield of Faith is
evil
evil.
and good on myself. So I don't know what the hell is going on down here. So I'm just being super prepared.
And you're following Aster.
Yeah, I'm.
And I assume, Clodagh, you're doing the same thing with Copper. And Oshin, what are you doing? You can come back to the bonus action in 2 seconds, Grace.
Yeah.
Oshin, what are you doing as your action?
Ocean's trying to get in the mix, so full movement, dash action to get 60 feet in.
You'll get on top of both of them.
Perfect. And I'm going to hex Quillo. I'm going to cast hex on Quillo.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna look at him and say, "Get the fuck away from my home." And he's going by what I've seen. He's a very quick little dude, so I'm gonna hex on his dexterity.
I want to activate my Blood Curse of Binding.
Okay.
But I'm going to amplify it, which
Ooh.
means it'll last for a minute. I do take 1d4 damage as a consequence of doing so.
Okay.
I'll do so, and they'll need to I'll cast it on Quillo,
Okay.
and he must succeed a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or his speed is reduced to 0 and can't take reactions until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
Start smacking him.
What's
Yeah,
the,
all of us are just like
What's the DC?
wailing. 12.
13.
Shit.
8. I rolled an 8 plus 5.
Damn.
Wait,
So close.
wait.
As the four of you pour down this stone corridor, and as you, Grace, just sort of concentrate on the blood and the cost of it, you feel your kind of head whoosh for a moment. It just gets a bit lightheaded just as you as you draw on that ability. Where have you been, Grace?
Oh, shit. Shit on a break. And obviously I'm the only one who's hearing this.
Yep.
This is not good. This is not good at all. I'm gonna say this out loud and just start backing away from everybody. This is no. I can hear her. She's back, and whatever they're doing is going to kill us all.
Grace. My sweet little Grace.
I'm not your sweet little Grace. I am your prisoner.
Forget these people. You can even forget Peadar Meadowmoon. There's something here I really want, Grace. Bring me Asmodean's heart.
I can't.
Our debt will be repaid.
Oh!
Oh shit.
You will be free.
All of it?
All of it, little one.
And there'll be no repercussions.
Grace. You can trust me.
Girl.
At that, Grace is actually going to snarl and just say, if there's one thing I know about you, is that I can never, ever trust you. I have killed time and time again for you. You want me to let all of these people die. You want to wreak havoc on this world. And you want me to just say, sure, we'll wipe out our debt. What will happen? Will there still be a world that I can actually enjoy? No. Will I still have memories of what I've done? Yes. Why would I help you?
Be a good girl, Grace. Do as you're told. The girl's heart or Asmodean's, one or the other. Decide. Now.
No.
Decide, Grace. Right now. Do not test my patience. Not when I am this close. Not now. Listen, Stormfield. I know your heart, and it is empty and black and rotten.
Because of you, you vile, spiteful bitch.
Long before I came to your request, Grace.
I made that in the pits of despair and heartbreak, but I know I did that. That was my choice. This now is my choice. I refuse to be your good girl, your fucking lapdog, your bloodhound. I refuse. And if it means I die now at my own hand, I will fucking do it. That man did not deserve to take what was left of my shattered soul. He was never worth it. And you preyed on me like a predator in dark alleys, seedy underways. You are a curse on anyone who ever falls for your lures, your charm, your promises. I am a shell. I'm dead inside. Not because of him, because of what I've done, because I called to you. An angel of death, despair, and decay. You can fuck off.
You can rot there, Stormfield, with the rest of them.
Fine.
And when you find yourself, and you will find yourself, in that pit of despair and loneliness, when you call out my name for aid, once again, know, I will hear you, and choose to ignore you.
That's fine by me.
And Grace,
yes,
power bestowed upon you can be stripped from you as well. Go. Thrash about the mortal coil for all the time you have left. And when you are bones, and your soul scattered to the winds, I will think of your name, and I will laugh. and you feel her voice just drift, just fade. And with it, a surging pain courses through your body, Grace. You lose every level of Blood Hunter.
No.
How many levels you got now? Okay.
5. I'm down to... No. Yeah, I'm down to 5.
You collapse to the ground. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Wait, what level were you before?
8.
Girl, mama.
The DM give it. The DM take it away.
Ah, shit. 11.
You collapse. You are unconscious.
It's because we didn't say Grace at the table.
And all this happens in seconds. This is not a thing that
So Grace just drops?
Grace just collapses in front of all of you. As ye approach, Quillo sort of roiling from the curse and the energy expent just grabs Sekhmet in this moment as all this sort of unfurls, as he barrel down the passageway, just puts his hands on her shoulders and then takes her face in his hands. I love you, Sekhmet Isdrim. I love you like I've never loved anybody else in this entire world. You can do this. Get us out of here. Get us to where we have to go. You can do it, Sekhmet. And she's blinded and dazed and just utterly confused, and the energy around her, anybody within 10 feet feels this energy just sort of, the room gets incredibly hot, painfully hot, like you can feel it kissing your skin. And her eyes shut. Oshin, from where you are, you can see that blood just trickles down her face, and her eyes open, they are jet black. And she takes Quillo by the shoulders, and the both of them vanish. You've been listening to Grove is in the Heart, a Romancing the Dungeon special, with Eilish, Tendai, Dahi, Ben, and Apollo. I'm Declan, and I've been your Dungeon Master. This wasn't meant to actually be a 2-part episode, but there's something about that moment that just felt like that's where we needed to finish things this time around. It's been such a roller coaster going through this and listening back to it, and some of those amazing moments with the gang. I hope you're enjoying what you're listening to so far, and we are so close to the finale of this. But until then, do make sure you check us out on social media at D8 Dungeon on all major platforms. You can check out some of our other shows and content over on twitch.tv/D8 Dungeon. And why not check out our Discord server, where some of the best people on the internet hang out. If you're keeping an eye on our socials, you'll see that Amber and I are in full swing in organising this year's D8 Dungeon Drive. And if you want to get involved and you want to participate as a DM, as a player, maybe you are a TTRPG creator or business and you want to sponsor a prize for this year's fundraiser, well, all you have to do is get in touch with us at d8dungeon@gmail.com or hit us up on social media. That's all we have time for this week. We're back in 2 weeks' time for the follow-up to this, and I cannot wait for you to see just what the gang get up to. Until then, take care. Shit. Yes. Yeah. Shit. Why do I give you all things that are useful?
Thank you for homebrewing your demands.
Damn it. I always
The Declan Duty story.
What is this?
Here's the book of everything from A to Z. Fia, I think I'll look through this book of A to Z histories. You fucker.
How dare you use the things I give you against me?
And you just given it to her too, which is hilarious.
It's like one of those parents who gets a gun for their kids and goes, "Oh, you shot me!" Fucking Louise.